Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the Country Cuz Hump Day Report. I hope everybody's doing great. This is the day after the Groundhog Day Report. I want to say a shout out to Al. Thank you very much for the update on the groundhog from Georgia, Beauregard Lee. He lives up there in Jackson, Georgia, the plantation for groundhogs, but I understand that he predicted that we're going to have early spring, so a big shout out for early spring in Georgia. We need it. And I see anybody up north of here, y'all getting a lot of snow and ice, so whew, I know how you feel. You don't much feel like going outside and that kind of stuff, that's for sure. And we got 30 degrees, wind blowing like crazy, and we had rain 2 days ago, and everything's still wet, so we're extremely cold for South Georgia, and we have what they call high humidity down here anyway. When it's hot in the summer, it jumps on you and just kind of chokes you out, makes you pour sweat. In the wintertime, it has the opposite effect and freezes you. But that's what you get when you mix air and humidity, whether it's cold air or hot air. And Speedy, I seen you posted early this morning with some of you playing. You're doing a great job. You're coming along, and that's something I want to talk to y'all about. And also, we're going to have a lesson this morning, so I'm going to zoom you in. We're not even going to play a lesson in some blues. Nope, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do no... Not going to do no old-time country either. Ha! Oh boy, what are we going to do? You just had to wait and see, because I got something special laid out. But I had a student, and I want to talk to y'all about this, that kind of whined to me yesterday evening, and he was all upset because he said that his cousin, he's taking lap steel lessons and doing pretty good, but he was about ready to quit and all disgusted because he said his cousin told him that he would never be able to play that instrument, and he just wasting his time playing it. And he asked me about my thoughts, and I told him, you know, I said, well, what does he play and play so good? He said, well, he don't play music. I said, well, boy, ain't he one to judge you on what you doing? And he don't even play an instrument? And he said, no. I said, well, tell him he needs to practice playing the radio if he can't practice playing the instrument. I said, but the thing is, people, you're going to have people that's negative. Negative news is always travel faster than good news, hadn't you noticed? But, you know, when you go through life, you're going to have pushbacks, and you're going to have setbacks, and you're going to have go forward. And, you know, don't look back at the bad things. Bad things can't happen to everybody. But this guy was just playing, you know, and he's a beginner, and he's getting practicing every day. And I guess his cousin was listening at him and didn't like what he heard, you know, because he thought right out of the box he should just start jamming out. And you don't do that. Life, you start out crawling and then you walk. Same way with learning. You know, when I told y'all when I was growing up, I was in the band going to play the trumpet. I was all excited. And of course, my daddy played guitar, and I played a little guitar, and I took guitar lessons, and that was a great thing. But I joined the band and was going to play the trumpet and learn how to read the music and all that, and was doing good. I was 15, maybe 13 or something, maybe even younger than that. First year in junior high, whatever that was. But then I got we had a ramp built, and we jump it on our bicycles, and I had a Schwinn Stingray bike. I don't know if you know what that is. Believe it or not, it's sitting outside by the house right now. Same bike I had when I was 10 years old in 1960 something. old twin Stingray with a banana seat and a racing slick on the back. How about that? But anyway, and I still got it. I jumped up over this ramp, and when I did, I had been working on the bike that day, and I forgot to tighten. I had took the front tire off. I think I changed the inner tube or something, but the bolts that went through it, I forgot to put the nuts back on it, and when I was up in the air, the front wheel come off, and when I hit the ground, the forks just stuck. They actually stuck into the pavement. Sudden stop. Well, I didn't stop. I kept going. I went through the handlebars and hit the pavement with my face and knocked two of my teeth out. And they were roots and all laying there. I was shooting blood, and neighbors come out trying to catch me, and I was running home hollering, help, help. Ma took me to the hospital, and they had to sew me up. And anyway, after I got a little bit well, I went back to the band, and that man looked at me and he said, "You can't play the trumpet no more." Now I'm like, "Why?" I said, "Well, I tell you what, let me play the drums." "Well, we got too many drummers, but we need a clarinet player. We don't have but one of them." There was a girl playing it. Well, I told him I didn't want to play no clarinet, and he said, "Well, that's the only instrument you got a choice." I said, "Well, how about a saxophone?" "Well, we got too many of them in the band. We need a clarinet player." And that's what they made me do. So I got kind of discouraged. I learned how to play it, but I didn't learn how to play it real good. I couldn't pick it up right now and play nothing on it. I mean, nothing. I do have a trombone in there. I can actually, man, give me one, and I can actually play it a little bit, but you know, you got it's kind of like one of those little whistles you had when you was little, woo, woo, slide. But what I want to say is, don't give up. Well, the band director, he turned to me one day, and he said, "Jones," he said, "you'll never in your life play music." He said, "You ain't got it in you, and you're never going to play it, you might as well give up." Well, that kind of discouraged me, and I quit band later. And did other things, played football and baseball. But anyway, then I got the guitar teacher, and I really studied it, and boy, I was loving it. And I got a guitar for Christmas. I got acoustic. And then later on, we got me an electric Fender Jazzmaster. And I got in a band, and one day we was at a party for the county, and I was up there in that band, and the band director happened to be there, and he walked over there and was standing in front of the band, and we got through playing our song, and he walked up to me and he said, "You look familiar." And just the first thing popped in my head, "Y'all know me." I said, "Yes, sir." I said, "You know what, I'm the fella you told about 20 years ago that I would never play music." And he just kind of hung his head, and he said, "Well," he said, "boy, did you prove me wrong." He said, "I'm sorry for that." But anyway, what I'm trying to say is, don't let negative people get you down. You know, I just about quit posting anything on my Facebook page because everybody on there is just negative for some reason, and they down in all the what's happening in our government, and I agree it's bad, but ain't nothing I can do about it, and I don't want to make nobody mad, so I stay out of it, you know. But anyway, y'all want to come in for the lesson? I'm going to zoom you in. We're going to have a special lesson today, and this is a lesson that I want to tell you that it's going to help you practice. So if somebody tells you you ain't doing good or you can't do this, you don't tell them they're wrong. No, I can do this, and you think to yourself, I will do this, I will succeed. And that's true in life, in anything you're doing. Don't worry about what the naysayers and they all tell you. You go on and you think positive. Did y'all know that when Arnold Schwarzenegger was young, they all told him, and he started working out, and he told them, "I'm going to be Mr. Universe one day." Everybody told him, no, you never going to do that. one day he did it, and then he went to run for governor of California, and they told him he couldn't do that, or he wouldn't win, and he did that. So, and he got a good little speech about that. But anyway, y'all come in for the Zoom in, and my sinuses is killing me today, but we're going to have a special lesson on how to practice, or some practice that is not country and it's not blues. It's a different animal. So we'll get to it in just a second. Come on in. Well, hello. Welcome to the Zoom in. All right. Practice is what I want y'all to do, because you learn by practicing. And today we'll have a fun lesson. Now I'm tuning in an open E. Y'all familiar with open E? I put it. I try to get it down there, right in there, somewhere for a second. But I'm going to show you what we're going to do. And the music we're going to be playing today is nobody's particular song, but sounds like, if y'all know what I mean. But we're going to do Southern rock, some of my favorite. And most people have told me, well, you just can't do that on lap steel. Well, I beg your pardon, sir. What we doing? We playing in the key of D, and that's a D. Then that's the 10th fret. We're going to move down to the 8th fret, and that's a C. So it sounds like this. And I want you to slide. Then I want you to just go up there somewhere. If you have to go all the way to number 5, that's the A. And then go down to the G, which is the 3rd fret, slide in. And then come back and go 7, 8, 9, 10 with an upstroke. To do this every time. You do it about every 2 times. But anyway, to keep this song in perspective where it don't sound like who knows what song, and you know what I'm talking about, I'm going to also throw an A in. And that's at the 5th fret, and then I'm going to come up to a C at the 8th fret. The 3rd fret, which is a G. See how I'm doing that? All right, there's another way to do it. From go 10, go to 8, then go to 15. is what I call the good old Southern rock chicken. On that. Here I do. Also, I'm staccatoing a note by lifting my bar up. And I'm now, that time, I skipped that first string and hit the second string. Then went back. You can stroke it like this. Skinnered in there and all, but you know, and if you learn something like that, and what you do, you get to playing it, and next thing you know, you realize you're doing a lot of moving. And you know when to pick and when not to. And I hope you've seen what I'm doing. If you want to go back and rewind the video and watch it again, it'll be a great help to you. But never, ever, under no circumstance, let anyone out there tell you that you can't do this. Because I promise you can do it. I couldn't do it when I started, but now I've been practicing and I can do it. I can play along with any tune. I know where every note is on this thing. And I wasn't born that way. I got out there and I learned it because I wanted to do it. I wanted it bad. And I'm doing it now. So I want you to do the same thing. Boy, wouldn't it be great if we could all get together in one time and play with all of our amps cranked up and just play some music. I believe we'd have a ball. Get somebody on the drums and the guitar and maybe a banjo or two. Wow. Okay, I want to thank y'all for coming by, and happy hump day to each and every one of y'all. And hit the thumbs up button if you like the video out there. And Speedy, you and Al, y'all stay safe. Y'all both live up there where the snowfall's coming. Al, I believe, is around Baltimore, and Speedy's up there around Indiana, I believe it was. So, y'all be staying warm up there. I'm going to do the same thing down here in South Georgia. So y'all take care, and if you're not a subscriber to the channel, you hit the subscribe button and go ahead and look for some more fun coming your way, and keep positive outlook on life.